I want to show you the all the help documents that we have provided for you, so you can have easy access to information to help you move along the MyCLS system. So all you have to do is there's the help button on the top right. You just click on that and you will have access to the MyCLSS user guide, which Brent is opening right now. It's a PDF file and it's a complete instructions on how to use the system with many screenshots. It's very well made. I'm sure you will find it useful. And then what I call quick reference guides. There's two PowerPoints. One is for the general overview and the other one is for critical issues and amend checklist functionalities. They're both in PDF or PowerPoint format. So those are very good because it's really a summary and it's a quick reference guide. Many screenshots with actual examples. So that would be my suggestion as a first recourse for looking for instructions. And there's also the requirement to set up your system, because we have tested the system on Firefox, Internet Explorer, and if you use other systems, well, there may be issues. And why don't you open that, Brent? I think it's worth the time to have a quick look at it. So it's Internet Explorer 8 and Firefox 3, and the browser settings is important as well. I wonder if Martin, you're more used to that.
Well, just if the display, if some pages are not displayed properly, it's perhaps because the TLS 1.0 settings under the Internet option is not checked. So the first thing to do is go under Internet option and check that box off. And the other important stuff is to have your Internet pop-up disabled, because some functionality requires the use of the pop-up. So a lot of the browser have a pop-up blocker, so you need to disable that pop-up blocker. Okay. So these are the two main things that we found.
Okay.
So
even with those that documentation, you may have questions or have problems. You can always contact either the ACLS when it deals with the login or the checklist. And if you have problems with basically the survey instructions, opening projects, that part of the website, you can contact SGB. What it does is you can click on it. It just generates an email.
Yeah, you have to have your email open, I think.
Yeah, it's open, so it just generates an email, and so at the ACLS office we will receive an email and we will respond as quickly as possible. Okay, so that's for the contact, and of course what's important is that the system is fully bilingual. So just clicking on like version française, you're on the French side, or version anglaise, you're back in the English side. Okay, so next part is going to be Brent.
Good, thank you, JC. So the licensed CLS users ideally have all received an email on, I believe it was March 16th, giving you a user ID and password. So the actual MyCLSS.ca site is available to anybody to use, but in order to get into the functionality that JC has described, you need to log in. So once you get to this main home page, you would simply click on the login functionality. And today I'm going to log in as Martin, actually. But basically, you enter the username that you were provided, and the initial password that you were provided if you haven't yet changed it, and go to sign in. At this point, we'll get access, and you'll get access to any of projects, existing projects that you have on the go at the present time. And we'll come back to that in more detail momentarily. But at this point, I really want to just point out some of the features up at the top here. Certainly, you'll see the acknowledgement of who you are as you've logged in. You have the ability to log out at any time. As we just mentioned, you have the ability to switch back and forth between English and French. You'll have access to this page that we're on right now, which is the My Projects page. You'll have access to the Help page at any time. And where I want to take you right now is to the My Profile page. So the My Profile page allows you to essentially manage two different aspects of your access to the system. The first is that you can change your password at any time simply by going in to change password, providing your current password and a new password twice to confirm you spelled it correctly. And after that, you would click OK, and that would update your password right away. The second tool that we provide is an online ability to update your profile at any time. This profile is used by both the Surveyor General branch to issue survey instructions and to communicate to you through the life cycle of a survey project. And it's also used by the Association of Canada Land Surveyors, or ACLS, in order to be able to communicate with you and send invoices and information to you as a member of the ACLS. So this provides you now an online tool to update this information. When you make a change here and you select update, that information will get passed on to both those agencies, Surveyor General Branch and the ACLS, and they will update their records accordingly. So now what we're going to do is get into how you use the system to work through the life cycle of a project, and I'm going to pass it over to Martin to describe the first part of this process.
Okay, just before we start with a new project, there's a green bar menu that is also available throughout the site, and we refer this as the green bar menu, but it's really where we try to provide all the CLS with useful information just at the tip of, well, just as one mouse click away. And we organize that information in the way it is needed when you do a survey project. So the first step would be doing the research. We provided a list of useful links that we think are useful when you have to do your research. In there you have the survey standards and you have the practice manual. We have many other useful tools to do your research. Then after that, you get your authorizations before going in the field and after going in the field. Sometimes it requires some authorization, so we provided examples there, and again, we described what authorizations are required. And after that, you need to put you convert your field loads in plans. You need some tools there. So again, some useful tools. The PPP application, for example, is right there, so you don't need to go out to another site. The links are there. And we explain a little bit what is the plan check consists of. And in there, we'll have the list of the critical element in a week or two now. From now, we'll list the list of the SGB critical element in there and the recording process. We explain a little bit what the recording process is. So this toolbar is meant to be very, very flexible in a sense that we can add and remove content to it. So if you find that we're missing things in this toolbar, or if you find that things are not useful or not correct, please let us know and we'll adjust accordingly.